package. I repeat, I have the package. All right, that's great, Gary. We're gonna meet at the extraction.
Are you eating popcorn?
No, of course not.
Where the hell's the...
Wait, so where's the extraction team supposed to...
Damn it, John!
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me on. It's good to be here with everybody, talking about these two pretty decent episodes. And I believe Joel states like debut for television, which is pretty good. She plays a 15-year-old. I don't know how old she actually was in the
I think she's like 13.
Really? Wow. Yeah. You know, she goes on to some bigger and better things.
Hello. What?
Oh, God.
I can say hello however I so choose.
Yes, I know.
You never know what you're gonna get.
That's true. That is true. That is very true. Oh, man.
Yep. That is true.
I like your opening bit, Jacob. I don't see it. I usually wander in the middle of the show when I'm viewing. Your opening is fantastic, though. It's really well put together. Nice.
Huh. What?
Yeah, I threw it over on X. Are you broadcasting over on X2? All right. You do what you're gonna do. No one puts a leash on Jacob. Yeah, this first one I thought was interesting, especially I'm sure Shield has a lot of comments as well. All the VA stuff was was fascinating.
Yep.
There he is. They do. It's a weird setup at this hospital. It was very peculiar.
There's the biggest major problem was that a combat general, unless he's in charge of the entire base that this hospital happens to be on, he would not be the commanding officer of all these guys in the hospital.
No.
And administering, he could be the commanding officer, but he wouldn't be administering the hospital. That would be a medical guy, not a combat dude. But you know, for story's sakes, this is how it worked out.
Yeah, and the problem is you're going to get the military pick over because there's no way that it doesn't happen because let's dive into this thing before I start going on my fucking on my God, I'm sorry, literally everyone in the world right now. I try so hard. before I go
You
on my
felt
dissertation
so
is to.
hard.
I know it's hard. It's so hard for me. You don't even know.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
As to like I said, the way I think this is supposed to be, what it's supposed to be portraying versus what it's actually showing, which is kind of a weird difference. But anyway. Oh, you got to bring it up, Jake. No. It's just us. You pulled a Roman.
Oh,
There we
Eraserhead says he can't hear you, Jacob.
That's weird. I can.
Not again.
That's weird. I can hear you.
Yeah.
EV Monk's doing the thing again.
Oh no, Jake's leaving. Jake's leaving. All right.
It'll be fine. EV Mux is doing the thing.
It is a peculiar program. Every time I do the guest spots on here, I have to import like all my stuff again. It does not remember me at all. It's like, I don't know who you are. What do you want? Please bring me things. And I'm like, all right, I'll bring you the things. And then here we are.
It's even happened where the chat couldn't hear one person, but we could hear everybody, or that everybody could hear
Really?
one person on the panel. Yeah, it's done all kinds of weird stuff.
All right,
Oh, my
Eraser,
goodness
let
gracious.
us know. Let me know if you can hear me now, Eraser.
Can you hear him now? Eraser.
Oh,
Hold on, let me get the. God, my YouTube is so like laggy for some reason. I don't know what's going on with it.
He says
It's like the computers have taken over, like an X-File.
all right, good.
What?
So, like I was saying,
We saw that episode.
when I was so rudely interrupted by EV Mugs, this guy, he's tried to commit suicide 3 times, and he says he won't let me die. He doesn't say who, because he doesn't know who. It's just some person.
Yeah, and what you get from this opening scene is, because they like show his you think he's kind of maybe nuts. That was the impression I got. I was like, he just looks in the reflection, and it's like him, like he himself won't let himself die. That's what I was thinking when I started watching. I haven't seen these episodes in a long time, so this is like a first watch for me. And I'm like, oh, okay, so he's nuts. But then things get weirder.
Yeah. He goes and gives him a crawfish boil.
Yeah, and you're right. So yeah, he's tried to kill himself several times. There's no forgive me, suicide watch on the room. So he just kind of wanders out at will here. I don't know. This is a weird setup.
What kind of medical bath has one that you can put up to 200
Yeah,
degrees?
why do they need something that goes up to 240 degrees?
Yeah, it's just. I think it's just.
There's no safeguards there. This is just.
Also, later in the episode, you see that the room is just riddled with like high pressure steam pipes just randomly all over the place. But the facility on the inside, it looks like a military facility. I don't know about a hospital.
It does, and that's what confused me. I thought. Also, I can't think of a more horrific way to kill myself than boiling, by the way. Drowning is bad enough. Boiling? That's
Right.
That's like combines all of my least favorite things. I don't even know if you could physically do this, frankly. I don't know if you could put your foot in there without your
No.
body going, nope!
Hell no.
And it's just
Yeah, you
jerking
have
it
to,
right out of there.
Get up
It
on a
makes
ladder.
you wonder.
Jump
It makes
in.
you wonder, like, because there is a part of your brain that is hardwired to get you out of danger.
He's like, no, you're not doing this. But he tries. He tries really hard, and this freaks me out. It's so horrible. Oh,
He comes out extra crispy.
oh, I know. All his skin would just be sloughing off. I bet he smells delicious though, unless they didn't use any spice.
Oh, probably no spice.
Come on, that was funny. Nothing. All right.
The makeup is.
We
So
were just
good on
talking
him.
about gumbo earlier.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to talk if he had all.
Also,
that.
his eyes wouldn't be functioning.
Nope.
No, yeah, no, they would be boiled out. Like any,
Yeah,
like
like
the eyes and any soft.
But
Yeah.
the rest of the effect is good though. The rest of the boil effect
Let
is
me
very
die.
solid. Steam's coming out of him.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's
Also-
not meant to be funny.
He's like, he won't let me die. Okay, I'm not understanding. Like, how's he not? Because you're gonna die from that. Probably. You know what I mean? Like,
And
Agreed.
so when we get through the header here, I forget if they didn't already tell us the name of the facility, did they?
if they did, I didn't pay that much attention to.
Okay, because I think this is supposed to be a VA facility, not a military hospital.
I
is what
thought
I-
it was a military hospital because all the people.
Is it?
are-
Okay.
Yeah.
No, and that makes sense. But when I watched it, I was like, this isn't like the VA at all. Of course, that's not
No.
really like a military hospital either. They're not really set up like that either. But
They're like unless all the people that are brought in are like military investigators, but I guess these guys are still active duty somehow. That'd be the only way that you could bring military investigators in that would override the FBI and stuff, because
yeah,
the VA is not an arm of the military. It's a government agency,
Right.
like the FBI is.
yeah, outside of the.
Yeah, right. It's outside of the chain of command of the Department of Defense, Department of War, whatever. It's not. There's ties in, and they work together, but it's not. They're not in each other's like chain of command or anything. So now this guy here that
Oof.
tried to burn himself, he might still be active duty, which is why that they're doing that. And
Yeah, and that makes complete sense, of course.
And
yeah,
they
because
might
everybody's at
have-
a military hospital.
They might take somebody, especially military hospitals today. There's only a few that are really like actual hospitals. Most of them are clinics now on most bases. There's a few that are around. It used to be like almost any base, even in America, it was a full hospital. Like you get your appendix out, people could have babies there, that kind of stuff. But all that stopped in like the late 80s. So most of them are clinics now. So very few. There are still some like Walter Reed and stuff like that, where they're major hospitals that you can go get almost any procedure done. But the VA, they have real hospitals still.
Yeah, and like in San Diego, there are
Yeah.
several VA hospitals.
Yeah,
There's one military hospital. That's Balboa.
Right. So that they might send him here for specialized psychiatric treatment, because that's the other thing the VA specializes in is post-traumatic stress, those kind of mental conditions caused by war.
This guy would be hopped up on so many pain meds.
Yeah.
He would be incoherent.
Although this mask is sufficiently creepy.
It is.
Yeah.
It's great. I don't know. It's really well done. I've never seen anything like it. It is bizarre, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be a real thing, kind of like an eyes wide shut mask or something. But
Ugh.
yeah,
Yeah, and he won't let me die. And then because they talk about his history here, because he's tried to kill himself. This is now his fourth attempt.
Yes.
And his family died in
And-
the fire.
Yeah, and I don't does Scully and Mulder know that now?
they will. They'll find out here soon.
Yeah.
Oh, because no, they already. So Mulder's already like thinking ahead. He's got that little dental X-ray thing because he got called in on this, right? And then he already knows that their family died. Now this captain comes in and is the adjutant for the general, And she's like, you got to stop the investigation immediately. This is a military matter. You're not authorized to be here, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, well, we want to meet the general. And she's like, he's not available. You know, the normal stuff.
Yeah, the usual.
Yeah. I thought she was believable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She wasn't like Star Trek Academy, like out of shape. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that they
Yeah.
would be in the military of any kind.
Like, no.
She looks like
No,
she's in good shape, intelligent.
Yep.
You know, hair done correctly. You know, uniform looked pretty sharp. I didn't really scrutinize it for accuracy, but you know what I mean? It fit well, all that. And it had stuff on it that looked right. And Mulder's got his tie on.
Yes.
But he's not anywhere close to those early season ties.
No.
No, thank God. Thank God.
We've moved on from the
Yep.
ugly tie.
Also interesting about this episode is Scully neither gets kidnapped or loses her gun. So
Yeah, it's not like an X-Files episode at all.
I know.
She also seemed Scully seemed a bit intense on the pushback. Here, even like threatening to investigate the general himself, or
Yeah.
alluding to that.
That's how it always is. Like, one episode, Mulder will be all like, "Oh, we can't do this," and she's the one that wants to like push it hard. And then another episode, it'll be like Mulder that's like, I think in this next episode that we'll see after this, he's really into doing all that, and she's the other one. Also, that guy that was delivering the mail in this, he goes on to be in that show, White Collar, I think it is. Where he plays Mozzie in that, which is he's a good character in that show.
Yeah, he's got a couple of.
Willie Garson. Garson?
Yeah. I think-
Garson. That's the actor's name who played Roach is the character's name.
Right. Yeah, he goes on to play. He's been in a couple of other things. You see him around. So.
And here's this meeting I thought was so this is all the guys, they're amputees or have
they're
various
paralyzed or whatever.
and sundry issues. It reminded me of an AA meeting, though, is what it's like. Hi, I'm Bob. I don't have any legs. The one dude's he's telling that story about his dream, though. I was running with my kid, running with my own legs. And then I forget the other dude's name here. I got to find it. What is that cat's name?
Is this guy really like a quadruple amputee
No, he's not.
actor? I
No.
don't think so.
Yeah,
Rappo is his name. Ian Tracy is the actor. And no, this is kind of interesting. This is a really good effect though, because he's got all his
arm
bits, which is
and
it's really crazily well done.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, and he did a good job being the kind of psycho dude. Just as far as X-Files actors are usually pretty good. Sometimes less so, but I thought this guy nailed it. I thought he did an awesome job at this part.
Yeah. He did.
And he yells at the guy who just talked the dream thing. That was the part. He's mad. He's like, your legs are messed up. You're never gonna. And he just kind of goes off and off and off and off because he's just done. He's very black pilled on the whole situation. He's like, this is it. This is all we got. Just kind of get over it. This is where we are now. And that vein popping out of his forehead. Yeah, I guess this is a great effect.
The quadruple amputee.
Fuck.
Just
Not
rolling
cool.
around.
There she is.
I really was questioning whether that actor.
Yeah, I actually, until we just looked it up, I actually thought they had gotten an
found
actor.
a guy that could act.
Yeah.
Well, I've just seen him in other stuff, so it's like I think he's been in Stargate.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Because the same people that made this show, there's a lot of crossover with production.
Yeah.
That the production and casting teams and stuff kind of, because they're all like out of BC and Canada, is where they shoot most of this stuff. At least they did, and so that you got that talent pool that lives right there. You want to pull from.
So here we find out that there was another guy that his family was burned to death, and he killed himself by jumping in a wood chipper.
A wood chipper, yeah.
Oh, dang.
Again, ow.
The real question is, was it feet first?
Yikes.
I just remembered the what is it? Tucker and what is that movie?
Versus Evil. Dale and Tucker
That guy
versus
just
Evil, I think it
goes
was.
Jumping at him, and he bends over, and the guy just flies right into the wood chipper.
Those are good times.
Yeah.
Now they're getting to their pissing contest with the general over the investigation that he doesn't want to happen. I didn't really understand, other than just kind of territorial pissings, I don't really understand his objection to it.
Yeah, we never really got a clarification on why he had.
As we follow the events, I mean, this is Shieldwall, is what you pointed out earlier, where some of it, from a military standpoint, doesn't make sense. This general was in charge of a lot of these guys. They all ended up in the same hospital as well, which I think is a little bit weird, but whatever.
Right.
But this general who was in charge of the hospital was also in charge of the combat missions that these guys were in. That doesn't, like I said, it doesn't. Those worlds don't mix.
How it could have worked is if he was a medical general in charge, and then the guy with no arms is just blaming any officer for what happened.
Right. That would, but yeah, as is, it's a little peculiar for those of you who don't deal with military
they
stuff.
all knew each other and served. And I think the Rappo guy and Roach were on a vehicle crew together. I don't know what kind of vehicle, if it was a tank or like a Humvee or whatever, but there's a difference between just riding around in a Humvee as a matter of getting to places and actually being a vehicle crewman, right, on a dedicated vehicle, maybe it was like a half track or not a half track, but an APC or whatever, and they were the crew on it. So.
Now they're down in that the boiling pot room. And yeah, Mulder's like, he went to all these extremes to kill himself, yet he didn't bother to lock the door.
Yeah.
But he did lock the door. When you watch the scene earlier, the door just
I got to go do something.
opens
right
up.
Back.
Okay, copy. So they're examining the scene, and it doesn't make sense because, duh. But I do want to say, while I can't see Mulder currently, his tie is really good in this episode. It's an excellent tie. He's gotten away from the Mulder ties. Scully's hair looks nice. The shoulder thing is calmed down quite a bit.
Yeah, the oversized shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Past 1995 in these episodes, like when they were shot, so the style changed kind of significantly. Although I think you could still see those 90s style suits all the way up into the early 2000s, depending on where you went and whatever.
True. So this one aired on November 10th, 1995.
Yeah, because when people age, I notice this about like my great grandparents and grandparents and even my own parents. They keep up with style until a certain point. And it was great grandmother. She kept up with style until about 1975, and then it just stopped. And even into the 80s and into the early 90s, she just wore all this 70s and 60s stuff, hairstyle, glasses, dresses, all of it. Yeah, you just don't buy the same style, or you just don't buy new stuff.
That's kind of like me. I've reached that. I have reached my final form.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I knew people that my great grandmother knew that still wore hats every day. The men did.
Oh wow.
Like, yeah, they wore like their hats, like they, and you saw that a lot. Older men wearing hats into the 80s, like it was the 40s or 50s or whatever, where you didn't go
Yep.
out without your hat.
It's interesting on Mad Men. You can see that trend as it's it's still well in its heyday, and then once they hit the 70s, far less so.
Right. Well, yeah, a lot of it had to do because longer hair was in and it didn't quite fit with that, and
Damn hippies.
yeah, wearing hats and stuff. And now, I mean, people wear hats now, but it's all like ball caps and whatever. It's not, like a
Everyday wear hats. Yes,
yeah,
the fedora.
everyone's not walking around like they're a 1930s private eye. Although
Otherwise, Mulder would have been wearing a hat. That would have been appropriate
yeah,
for his
exactly.
his
Yep.
his FBI attire.
yeah, but you get away from wearing hats unless it's for sports gear or something like that. So it's either cowboy hats or baseball hats, or maybe beanies now if you're a hipster.
Yeah.
If you're a
Hipster.
hipster.
No,
Yep.
I don't know. I think hipsters might have morphed. They're kind of
I think hipsters are something called something else now. I forget.
yeah, they
I can't use that word here. Jacob will get hit for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hipster. What
I
are they
think
called now?
The core hipsters got co-opted by the other people, and so they've gone and morphed, I guess. Kind of like hippies in the '60s that went on to be like Wall Street people.
The boomers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Which I don't know. It seems like people get a bad rap. They're like, "Oh, boomers screwed us over." It's like older people didn't screw you over. It's not like they all collectively got together and said, "Let's do this thing." It's just how the world just went. Like nobody is sitting around in Gen Z talking about what are they going to do for Gen Alpha. You know what I mean? It's just how big tech turns out that you're stuck using X the way it is. You know what I mean? It's not like you sit around thinking about that. Like, oh, how
I think about that all the time. Are you kidding me?
you know what I mean? Like,
how can I
ways-
screw them over? I think about that a lot.
So
Yeah.
I just looked up in Urban Dictionary what the new word for hipster is, and it's young urban creative, also colloquially known as UC. YUCCIE. You're a UC now.
Yeah,
That wasn't the word that I was thinking of. That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah. Sometimes they come up with certain
Yucky?
words to try to make it sound cool,
Yeah.
and
The word I was thinking has a flag.
yeah, it doesn't.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's what I'm-
But yeah, that's the new hipster. I'm just gonna call them hipsters. I don't care.
Well, when the hipster things first started, it was like IPAs and microbreweries and artisanal cheese, and everything was hand curated music lists, and people gotten back into vinyl from that.
Wait, I'm a hipster then. No, I'm
no.
You're the boomeriest boomer of boomers.
But they were just, yeah. You had to wear a beanie and a plaid shirt.
And
Hey, I love my
and-
plaid
and-
shirts and my beanies.
So Mando is also a hipster.
Well, you know why
Look.
beards came back, right? You know why beards came back into fashion? It's because of the war on terror. Because all the cool guys were going over there doing special.
Oh,
ops,
yeah,
beards.
true.
So everyone decided that they weren't going to grow a beard because that's what was cool. And then the hipsters, of course, had to hipster it up. But late '90s, nobody hardly had a beard at all. Maybe goatees.
That's
that was
true.
a thing, but nobody had a
Yeah, the
beard.
goatees were way
Right.
in, yeah.
Then you come back and you start seeing, people walking around with
Oh, there he
their
is. He's back.
Hipsters,
special ops. and they're-
hipsters kind of came in and did all that and thinking, we're the people who thought this up. Nobody
Right.
else thought of this before us.
But
I'll be honest though, I prefer guys with beards for the most part.
it has to be. Well, it depends on what kind of beard. It has to be kind of groomed.
Right. Like I don't want it all scraggly and gross and nasty, but otherwise, like I don't know. I think it looks.
Well, if y'all
better.
are tired of looking at Scully, I'll move on.
I never get tired of looking at Scully,
if
to be
you're
fair.
gonna be frozen on a picture, that was not a bad one.
Better than this guy's ear. This is the general.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And his,
I did notice when I was watching the show, his ears were kind of weird. They're like weird little Cthulhu mouths or something.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
And she's apologizing. She's like, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know they were going to be all objectionable. He's like, oh, no, you did fine. You did fine. Now off with you. Go on.
I was impressed.
Oh, there
with
it
the
is.
Office. That's a decent sized general office right there. You know.
Then there's the mystery man at the door.
Yep.
Or is there?
Yeah, the mystery man.
Dun, dun,
Where-
dun.
What kind of
Yeah.
perversions are going on in here?
Wearing yeah, you can always wear like the Desert Storm era helmet.
Oh, those helmets, man. The Desert Storm helmet.
Yeah, the liner. Yeah.
Who are you? Where'd you come from?
What are you doing here? Do you have clearance?
Also, vein in his head.
Yeah.
And then the machine starts going. Right?
Yeah.
Or did the machine already start
we-
going?
No, it's
His,
the,
his
Did we ever
answering
figure out
machine?
what it said? Or is it just gibberish?
it was gibberish. It was like
Okay.
because it was anybody who lived through the 70s knew you just play the record backwards.
Yep, play it backwards, man.
Yep. And yeah. I remember going to, like, I was a little kid. I wasn't that little. I was probably like 7 or 8. I remember going over to somebody's house and their older, like, sister or somebody had a record in the basement. And we went down there and were listening to it. And they were playing it backwards. And there were some bands that actually put the backwards lyrics on there. So, or supposedly could. You know.
Blub, blub.
This is pretty creepy. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a cool effect.
The other thing is, though, is you never swim by yourself.
No,
I mean-
no.
Yeah, that's not. You never know. You'd have a medical emergency or something.
That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
And
good.
quite
though,
honestly,
that
on
they had the
a
shadow
base, this facility wouldn't be open without a lifeguard present.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. That's the other thing.
That's the way bases work.
Is all of these hospitals are empty corridors and stuff? No, there'd be people everywhere. Especially later on when they throw Roach into that cell, he just wouldn't be in there down there by himself in an empty hallway.
No. I felt bad for this girl. She didn't really do anything. She's just kind of there.
Right? Like she's just doing her job, but
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know why. I don't know why she took got the wrath of this. But just association, I guess. But she's not. As far as I knew, she was not involved in the combat stuff at all.
No. No. Maybe he killed her just like he killed some other people.
Oh, just to hurt the general because
Yeah,
the general liked her. That's a good observation, dude. That's a good observation.
Yeah.
So, General, you said there's nothing going on. Well, Dr. Strangelove, what do you think?
Yeah.
Excuses. Blah, blah, blah,
Dr.
blah, blah,
Strangelove
excuses.
is too busy fighting off his hand.
And Mulder's like, General, you might want to check on your family because they're all probably going to die here. What? Look.
He's like, yeah, just if there's anything strange going on. It's like, okay.
Like, yes, a woman drowns when she's by herself. Who knows how to swim? That's not suspicious at all.
Wondered
Also, I don't know how old the general's supposed to be here. I can't tell. I'm at that age where I can't tell if he's my age or around my age.
I was thinking 70s, but that was just me.
He's bald.
If he's in the 70s, he's not in the service anymore. That doesn't mean they didn't cast someone in their 70s, but he's got a very young son as well.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I knew people like that in the military.
This house has been in a lot of movies.
Yeah, because it's a nice house.
It was
Excellent
in Jumanji.
walkway, nice gate.
Wasn't it in like the Flash TV show?
I don't know.
Like CW, because they filmed all
It
that
was
stuff
it
up
was
there,
in
too.
Jumanji.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
the Jumanji house?
Yeah.
No, it's the houses that the girl that grew up lived in.
Oh, I've only seen Jumanji like once. I know there are monkeys in it. That's all I get.
Yeah.
you've never seen
Man, this episode-
Jumanji?
Spiders.
No, I have seen it, but it's been a long time. So, like I said, it's only been like once.
Oh.
Oh, and this, yeah, the guy just kind of comes through here. And she's like, what? Let's call the kid Brian. I don't know what his name is. Doesn't matter. Brian saw someone run into the house. Why are you still in the house? Why did you not leave the house? Why is everyone still in the house?
Because we're all stupid NPCs in this movie or this
Oh,
episode.
that's right.
We have no value other than to further the plot for the moment.
Yeah, but he's like I said, he's way old to have a kid that young, at least in my opinion. I suppose a man can have children pretty much whenever, but ick. So
Well,
I mean-
it is a nice house, though.
Like an 18-year-old, or something. But his wife looks, roughly the same age.
yeah, she looks like she fits age-wise, but the kid is like young.
Yeah, the kid's
okay.
like 7 or 8, maybe a little bit less.
Scully
Yeah, I
sees
can't tell.
somebody
The
outside.
kids
Yeah.
all look the same to me.
He's between the ages of 6 and 8, which, you figure she had a geriatric presidency or whatever they call it. No, for real, you know what I mean? Like, had the kid when she was like 38 or something.
You're like, oops, he's an oops baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, it's possible he could be adopted, but
No, I don't think so. But yeah, you're right.
they kind of tended to not worry about that stuff as much as they do now. Like, if you watched movies from the 60s, it had like older actors with really younger women as the love interest. Now that would be icky. But back then,
I mean, it was icky then. It's just people just didn't talk about it.
Well, it depends on when you set the movie too.
Yeah.
It's set in 1870 and totally
Yeah.
violent.
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Look at Little House on the Prairie. Laura Ingalls married a dude 10 years older than her. He was 26 when they got married, when she was 16. In real life. In real life.
That's illegal in most states.
I mean,
I don't think
like,
it was a state back then.
I mean, I get that back in the day, like you had to marry young because you died young, but it still bothers me. I get it. It still bothers me.
That
Grandpa
wasn't
was
like
10 years
abnormal
older.
though, because in order to have any kind of property or wealth or anything, you had to be older.
Yeah, it took a minute.
In order to have land and whatever, and that's kind of what you needed if you were going to get, for a successful marriage. And this is how it worked out. But
So also, why is Roach an orderly at the hospital now?
because
This is again, it's a very
I
strange.
think he got out, and then he got a job. Is what they're
Right,
trying
yeah.
to show. He's not like in the military anymore.
But they
Apparently,
also,
he's
Right.
the reason that guy lost his arms and legs.
Yes.
Like he-
Yeah, because he stole a letter from the general's house. He just needed to have something from the general's house, and he stole this letter. And he was telling what's his name? Oh Lord, I lost the name already. Rappo. Rappo is the limbless gentleman, and he's like, "I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it." And this guy is Lieutenant Colonel Victor Stans. He's the burn dude.
Nobody
Kind of looks
knew
like the
who
Thing
he
a
was
little
till he
bit,
put
just
down the
no
mask.
rocks.
Uh-huh.
He would just be in pain.
Hey, would it
All
be
the time.
painful if I took my mask off? It would be excruciating. Yeah,
So he's overhearing that conversation as well between
Right.
Roach and Rappo. So he's like, oh, that's who it is. It's that guy.
so Scully thinks that these two guys murdered their families and then are trying to kill themselves. Yeah, she's good looking.
Oh, and I forget how they ID'd him. He does not live well.
Scully saw him out the window.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. She was running. That's right. Yeah.
Footprints off the mailbox and the front door.
That's
how they
right.
figured out who he was, and then they come over here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a drawer full of mail with all the victims of all the victims. And man, he lives like a pig, though. Look at that. It's killing me.
Nowadays, he'd have 6 roommates in there.
It's also true, yeah. Yeah, here's all the letters.
And when they find it, the letters are all covered in ants. It's like, what?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of ants in there, that that doesn't really go anywhere. It's not
Yeah,
like a
I
plot
thought
point. It's just disgusting.
I think it was some kind of like the ants had something to do with the psychic energy, or
Yeah, no, they're just ants. They were unpaid actors.
Yeah.
what if they put the stuff in there and didn't know that it had an ant infestation in that building, and then when he opened the drawer to do the scene, there were just
Yeah, just ants.
organically
They're
ants.
even like the
They
ick
weren't
factor.
Right, they weren't put there by the crew. They just
Ah!
And they were like, it works. It's
Yeah.
creepy.
yeah, exactly. I would have left it in. I was like, that's creepy and weird.
This poor kid. Buried in his.
Look at that trench he's dug. That's impressive.
Yeah.
He's probably out by himself a lot. So
Yeah.
Now, he's got a good battlefield set up. This guy would get in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Like, so much trouble.
Well, the thing is that they'd have been like, "What were you doing?" And I was like, "Not
Sandman."
smoking." Off in the
Yeah.
I was walking my room.
I was doing a perimeter walk around the
Yeah,
house to
exactly.
make sure.
see
Also,
now,
I mean,
I don't
in
know
his-
why that kid had to go out like that, man. Like,
because the guy hates the general. He wants him to suffer.
He wants him to suffer.
Yep.
And that's the only reason he's doing this. Just to make them suffer and make them continue on. It's kind of it's an awful. And quite honestly, he never, as far as I know, once we get there, I don't feel the motivations are properly explained. Other than, yes, bad things happened, but I mean, it's combat. Bad things happen. It's one of the hazards of the job. It's we all know that going into it.
right?
This is funny that like. Oh,
I mean,
what? Who? Yeah, he's got no legs, no arms.
I
Yeah, because
feel
that.
I feel like there might have been some undercover experimentation that was done on these people. Like maybe I feel like it's never stated, but there's an underlying like tone, like something happened, but yeah, it's not really explained.
No, it's like if the general gave an awful order or didn't have cover for the guys, something that was expected and didn't happen, or something awful that shouldn't have happened that did. But we never really get that. Just this seems, and I have to say seems like, because I don't know, like kind of unfortunate but standard, combat stuff. So You know, and that's also non-military people
mean,
writing an episode. You
if
know,
you're
it's just
great-
the horrors of war.
If you've had your limbs blown off and you go a little bit crazy, I mean,
No, yeah. But but he's taking it. I mean, I guess he wants to process it somehow. But this is a little aggressive.
A bit
So they got him in the isolation cell. That's a good shot, though.
it is.
It's creepy. And he's just telling him basically, shut up, shut up.
Yep, he swallowed his sheet.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that.
It's possible, but it's very difficult to do, especially like with the gag
Have you tried
reflex. No, I'm a cold case junkie, criminal minds junkie, all of those things. Like, it's very difficult to do because of the gag reflex.
Like
People
sticking your foot in a pot of boiling water.
Yeah, like there are things that the human body has to prevent itself from harming itself. But like there are ways to, I guess, quote unquote, work around those safeguards that your body has in place.
I guess so. So Mulder's been carrying around
Oh, yo,
chips.
yeah.
What are they now exactly? They're tooth. What?
It's an X, isn't it an X-ray?
I think
Or
I
something
thought-
like that.
There are X-rays.
It's
just
a
that
dental.
he's-
Okay, you know when you go to the dentist office in the old
Yeah.
days, they put that thing on one side and they put the deal on the other and shoot the X-ray in there.
Yeah.
That's the film for it. Now it's like wireless and goes to a computer. But
Right.
in the old days, it was an actual piece of film that you put in there. You had to
Yeah.
bite down. They shot it with the X-ray and they took it out and developed it. So he carried these around with him because if there was any cosmic ray, astral imaging, it'll show up. If there's any kind of weird radiation, it'll show up on the negative.
Right.
Which is why he had him with him. He brought him with him
Right.
for the sole purpose of to see if there was any of that in there, and it was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, although, and you're in a hospital, and you
Yeah, there's a
got-
lot of weird
yeah,
radiation
there's a
floating
lot
around.
and you're on a military base too. You know,
Also weird radiation floating around.
yeah. You're like something turns on like a high power phased array radar. It's gonna nuke that thing from halfway across the base. Although that shouldn't be happening. Just put that out there. Yeah, but there's some aircraft radars. If they turn it on full blast on the ground, it's gonna mess a bunch of stuff up. Which is why there's all these safeguards in place for that not to happen.
Oh, is this when he discovered playing the tape backwards
Right.
part of thing? Yeah.
Yep.
And it said Kaiser Sose. Kaiser Sose.
It said, drink your Ovaltine.
Yeah.
Drink your water.
And he's watching what's his name? Can't remember his name. The dancer dude.
Fred Astaire?
Yeah. He's got no legs and he's watching Fred Astaire dance.
On an old box TV. Those are the days. This hospital has like the grimmest paint scheme ever.
Yeah.
I mean, our hospital's really supposed to be lively.
Well, they're not painted, dead gray. They most of them have a pleasant and calming yellow paint scheme. This is not that.
Yellow doesn't seem very calming to me. It seems like, oh, they peed on the walls.
No, that's the way it is. Nothing looks like this. This looks like like he's inside a castle or some kind of cell. That's the vibe I get from this whole place. Though, it's more prison,
it's
prison
army
than
green.
hospital.
It's army
Is
green.
it? It doesn't look like. I can't tell.
Yeah, the lighting is pretty dark, but like I said, it looks like a military building. but I don't know if it was a hospital. It looked like it was some kind of like command post building. It had a lot of desks in there and stuff.
Probably haunted. You know.
Haunted with all of the E4s running around.
So this is funny though, because the Mulder's confronting him about him being a suspect in the murder. And he's like, yeah, okie dokie.
Literally everybody would look at him like he's insane. Like, this guy didn't kill anybody.
And then he's like, oh, maybe you found a way to do it without using your body.
It's like, I'm on to you, Gimpy.
Now, good luck.
Yeah, this guy always plays this kind of character too.
I think it's the gap in the
punk.
teeth.
Plus,
It
he's
makes
short.
him. It forces
Plus, he's
him
a
into that
short
role.
guy.
Oh, is he?
So he's like plays like a punk or something.
He looks a little bit like the
Well-
Fluke Man.
He is shorter because he didn't have any legs, but had a few inches taken off, you know. Nothing? Okay, fine.
No.
And why didn't he try to go after Mulder? Mulder figured him out, you know.
No, that's a good question. That is a good question. So now, sad general wife. She's picking up the little boy's toys. For some reason, he's still in his uniform. He never takes off his uniform, which is peculiar.
That's his closet. He opens the door and there's uniform.
That's all he has. Yeah, we don't do that. That's not something military people do.
It doesn't show what happens to the wife.
No, we see her not doing great here in a minute.
It's just like behind a bed with her arms stretched out, like laying face down, like in bloody hands. So basically, she just got ripped apart, I think. His psychic.
Yeah. And then whenever it's happening, and then he gets up there and it's like, boom.
Right.
Unfortunate.
It's got the wood runners on the ceiling and.
Yeah, it's lovely home. Oh, this is when the lieutenant colonel's telling him who it is. It's Rocco, or what's his name? Rappo.
Yeah.
That's a look. And he's come there to do business, but
Pew, 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 pew.
I mean,
neatly
Rappo doesn't
plated.
do anything to him. He just taunts
Right.
him more. But come on, do it. Finish the job. Finish the job.
He's like, no. He does.
He does have peculiar ears, though. You're right.
Keanu
They're
Reeves.
almost Vulcan.
He does a Keanu Reeves from what's that surfer movie? Who plays that guy?
Point Break.
Bang, 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 bang. Now it looks like he's in a trance, or not a trance, or
Yeah. He's almost like he's having a seizure,
right?
but he's checked out. He is astral projecting. He is traveling.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the general in the elevator goes down to the basements,
Dun, dun, dun.
which is where all those steam pipes are, which is where that room was, the water treatment boiling tub kill yourself thing room.
Oh, there he was.
Yep.
Yeah,
Showing up
there's
in the
like
steam.
steam everywhere.
Like Predator.
Yeah, it's like the astral projection is corralling him, pushing him in a direction.
Yeah. It's like he wants to give him a bath.
Oh no. A bath that
Again-
lasts forever.
Yeah, it's just not a practical thing, having a thing that can go up to 240 degrees. I'm just saying. Unless you're making, stew.
Yeah. Yeah, so this guy's taking care of the...
Yep, he's taking care of the problem.
Very efficient.
So now he's the dude taking the mail to everybody.
Yep, he's being. Look at oh gosh, that poor guy.
The makeup they did was...
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and it's kind of it's an odd ending.
It is.
Just kind of there. He kills the dude. Everybody knows he killed the dude, but no one cares. The general's still in his office, and that's just kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even though he discharged a weapon in a hospital.
Yeah, the general would not be on duty anymore. He would get fired for that.
Unless he had a really
And-
good reason, like, to do that.
Which would be impossible to justify in this instance.
Right, exactly. The only other thing that could possibly explain it is they covered it up somehow. But,
right.
yeah.
But it was actually a pretty good episode to watch.
Yeah.
I wasn't bored when I was watching this episode. Now I do have to tell you, I did not like this next episode that we're going to be reviewing. I didn't like the episode.
Yeah.
This was one of my top least favorite episodes of X-Files.
Yep.
Is
it's
it because
rough.
of the symbiosis connection thing, or
Yeah, I just thought it was weird, and it was
the
slow.
woman was annoying.
who was annoying?
The woman, the
Judy or whatever her name is.
Lucy
yeah.
Lucy Householder, which is a stupid name, but that's neither here nor there.
That's the character's
Yeah.
name. Right?
That's the character's
Right,
name.
yeah.
But it was just really it was hard to, I don't know. And it was like a really sad, it was a sad episode, but I didn't care. Which is a terrible thing to say. I just didn't care. It would have been better if they were just hunting the serial killer. I would have liked that better and had some other elements other than, or if they had maybe done it differently. I don't know. I didn't really dig the episode. Like I said, for me, one of the biggest problems, though, aside from the weirdness with the symbiosis, was the pacing of the episode. But that's fine. We'll get all into that.
yeah.
And that's Amy Jacobs, played by Jewel.
Yep. Just a little kid here. And then
Here's they're doing school pictures. Creepy photographer. Got that look about him.
Yep. Yep. Creeper.
He really
creeper
sells the
look.
dream.
No, he does. Yeah, dude, totally.
Yes, yeah, he does. Stole her pictures.
Anytime you get the exacto out, nothing good's gonna happen from there.
No.
Ugh.
It's like this family needs a better security system.
Like any security
Simply
system
said.
would have been. Yep, and here's this other poor girl who was she's a previous abductee, and she starts showing all the whatever's happening to the girl happens to this poor lady whose life obviously didn't go great post abduction. She was the only one who got away.
Yeah, these people standing there like, oh, what do we do? Let's watch.
You got
At
red.
least that girl's calling 911.
Right. Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
back
really.
when the diner ladies wore the diner lady uniform.
Yeah, like from the 1960s or whatever.
Yeah, these do not exist anymore in the modern era. The diner lady uniform.
I bet you can find like one nostalgic place that does it just for the nostalgia, but not as a standard. The other thing is, this was the 90s. Having somebody like fall down like that or something was kind of weird. Now you just be like, oh, they're zombieing out on drugs or something.
Yeah, they've got
For real.
what do they
That
call
wouldn't
it?
be somebody
That
acting like
thing where
that.
they fall forward because
Yeah.
their nerves fucking
And instead of
their nerves fail.
pulling their phone out and calling the police, they videotape it.
They do exactly.
The
Yeah,
fin-
there'd be a lot more, but it would be less like shocking now. You're just like, oh.
Right.
What state is this in? Do you remember?
Washington State?
It looks like Northwest, but
Well, that's where they
Um,
should be at, but I thought it was supposed to be in like Washington State.
let's see here. If they talk about where it is, snatched in the middle of the night. Blah 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 blah. 15 years earlier is when the other lady was abducted. I don't see the where there. You're right. It looks like Washington or Oregon, one of those states where it rains all the time.
Yeah, well, there's like, I know how you feel. Like, yeah.
Do you know?
You need to leave that alone, Mulder. No one wants to hear your sister abducted by aliens as an association to their daughter being kidnapped. No one wants to hear that.
It's like, who are you?
Who
Who is that man in the suit? Is that the father?
No, this is the FBI agent in charge.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten. I don't like him though. No, you're right. I end up not liking this dude because he wants to. Okay, yeah. I'll save it. But his methodology is not sound.
No.
His whole approach is very objectionable. So the clock is ticking here as well. After a kidnapping, you have a very small window where it is likely you are going to find them alive, and then after what is it, like it's 24, 72 hours, something in that block, and after that it's not good.
No.
Again, not a bad tie from Mulder. Scully looking very fashionable.
Kind of got some of the pad back there.
A little bit, but she's dressed like a Jedi there.
Yeah.
Come on, you can see it. Nothing? All right.
So it's like, Scully's like, so why are we here? Oh, because this lady at the same time had a seizure and started saying the same thing that the kidnapper was saying, which was what they're not gonna. What did he say? They're not gonna something.
I'm going to be honest, I do not
They're
remember.
not going to spoil us.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that dude was
Ick.
really creepy.
He was. He did a good job. He was very believable as the ick factor.
Yeah.
No, there's that poor lady. Yeah.
And this chick was real believable as a junkie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so she said, yeah, she's had a series. Again, she was kidnapped when she was, I think, 15 or so, right? She was a little kid when she got kidnapped by
It was
same
like
same dude.
78 or something.
Um,
The show like
She
takes
was
but-
she was kidnapped
in,
for like several weeks.
yeah, because this is
I-
90, so it would have been the 70s that she got kidnapped.
right. It was like 17 years ago, and in the show, and then she was gone for 5 years. So he held her for
Yeah.
5 years before she somehow managed to escape.
And she, like I said, she has not had a full life. She is so damaged by that. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
And instead of sympathizing, they're like, how do you know so much about what's going on?
Heck if I know. I do drugs, man. I mean, if they make me psychic, okay.
They gave me superpowers. I don't know.
Whee!
And she's also not, she doesn't really want to cooperate either. She wants to just be, she wants it to be over and done, but unfortunately she's not really given that option. It's just, that connection is what, is what it is.
Like, do drugs, they said. It'll give you superpowers, they said.
She does not have super, oh, there we go.
Crazy dude.
Those aren't groceries he's looking at in the trunk.
No. He also looks weird. I'm gonna just be honest. His eyes creeped me out the whole
Like an
time.
alien.
Yeah.
Like, whoever they got, I don't remember the actor's name, but like, he just looks like a creeper.
It's like, here, I'll help you with the tire. Now go away.
Hey, yeah. He threatens him with the tire iron. He's like, all right, man, whatever.
They could have gone
Weirdo.
2 ways. They had to either get the weird eyes, or he would have had to have the pedo stash.
Oh, true.
But they found the guy with the weird eyes.
Yeah. Yep.
He'll be perfect.
I don't know how he thought this was going to be fine, though. This is drawing attention. There's no way this isn't drawing attention. Instead of just saying, I've got it, I'm fine. Thank you for your help, though. I don't really want to be bothered, but you go, on your way. Opposed to threatening him with a tire iron. That's going to make an impact. Bad planning, man.
Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, thank you. Thank you for spotting that, Jacob. It's like, I know it's somewhere up there. Man, do you remember, Shield, do you remember those monitors?
Which monitors?
In the background
ones in
there,
the
that big
background there.
white monster?
Yeah, I had in like 2007. I had a really big one in my office. It was so big that it took up almost the entire distance of the desk. Like, I had just enough room for my keyboard in front of me, and then because the monitor was so big and because it was CRT, it had such a huge clearance in the back, and it was
The footprint was the worst.
But it was a nice big. It was like a modern one too, because it was like the newest version that you could get from flat screens. Honestly, flat screens are way superior. But
in just about every way, yeah.
Yeah, it weighed like 50 pounds or something. It was crazy.
Yes, you could kill someone with those.
But back when you didn't have anything different, they worked pretty good.
True. I think it's the girl who was kidnapped before. Are you
she's
nuts?
a druggie. She does drugs.
He has a checkered past since
It's
being
always
kidnapped.
the drugs. It's the drugs. It's always.
I mean, the guy's not logically though, right? Sure. She's saying the same stuff as the kidnapper supposedly said and whatever, and then, you're not going to believe in psychic stuff like Mulder is. So, makes sense. Maybe she has.
Well, and the kidnapping happened the night before. But she was at work when the kidnapping happened, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Those words all made sense when I said them? Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe she had knowledge of it somehow. She was still in contact with the kidnapper or something.
Yeah.
And she passed out because she felt bad or whatever.
And
But how
Scully's
would
like,
the victim's blood come out of her nose at the same time?
Exactly.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, man, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Once they
That's what
figure out-
makes it
Once
creepy.
they figure out it's the DNA of the girl, they're like, look, she's got, they're going to go arrest her because what other choice do they have? That's poor investigation and prosecution. If you've got that evidence and you're like, we don't think so because Mulder said, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Scully's like, this is not about your sister.
Everything is
I
about my
know
sister,
it's-
Scully.
and she's
Everything.
like, I know what it's like to be kidnapped and gun taken away. It's not fun. So she's like checking the blood because it's the same blood type as the girls. They don't
Right.
know it's the girl's blood yet.
right, they Mulder asked Scully and the other guy not to do anything not to tell the other agent anything about the blood until the DNA results are back and they're positive, because otherwise he knows he's going to arrest her right away.
Yeah. So this guy comes in, wakes her up, but she can't see anything. She's blind because the other girl's in a dark room.
Oh, yeah.
What now?
No, the dark room.
Yeah, the dark room.
Because she was in darkness for like 5 years.
Right.
Right.
See, like the Donnie Pfizer episode, where Scully gets kidnapped by the demon serial killer.
Yeah.
That was a really good kidnapping episode. Because the supernatural element there was, I think, more interesting, and you also had a lot more buy-in because it was Scully, and the
Right.
pacing of it was much better. This one, like I said, there's a kid who's been kidnapped. You got this lady who has this tie-in, all these things going on, but man, the pacing was just really, really hard to get past. There never really seemed to be the urgency, even though you knew it was there, but it felt like it was dragging to me. That was my observation of my experience in watching the episode.
Yeah, this is really creepy.
Oh yeah, he's taking the pictures of her.
In the
The only that's all that's it. That's and just down in the dark. This light starts flashing away.
Then it cuts to the other girl. This is her. After she escaped and.
Yeah, 5 years. Can you imagine 5 years being down in that basement?
That's the thing, living out west, there are no creepy basements. Most people just have slab foundations.
Yeah, we don't have any basements here.
Yeah, there's no creepy 18th century basement that leaks where you got to have a water pump in it to suck the water out.
So yeah, he's got to go out for a little while.
He also, I don't know if they got the timing on this bad, but he went, picked up stuff, and came back pretty fast. I would have had those boards off that window, even as a little kid, way faster than that. Like, literally, she gets 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So he must have lived, does he live right down the street from the place?
I didn't get. I mean, he's got to be out in the middle of the woods though, because otherwise they
Right.
would hear the little girl
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
or the little girls, because this isn't the first time this has happened. I don't know. I don't remember what number this is.
After the girl escaped, he went into like some hospital for something.
Oh,
So
and
he's
then he
been
got
in a
out.
hospital.
That's
So
which
then
is
he
why
gets
nothing's
out and
happened.
yeah,
Yep.
right. And that's a big boat of a car.
It is, man. Look at that engine size. It's enormous.
Yeah.
And then, uh-oh, she's gone. She's gone. So the girl's running. She's running. He's running. There's a lot of running. It's very green. And he got her.
But then we get a breakthrough. They find out her yearbook pictures weren't sent to their house. So they're like, oh, wonder why.
Oh yeah, after he takes her picture, and then he takes his picture and he cuts her picture out with the X-Acto knife, and he's all like
Yeah.
caressing her
Creepy.
with the knife. Yeah, I was like, wow, making a weird collage or whatever.
So they're here to arrest this woman, and she's gone. She escaped.
You must be thirsty. So the other lady has the matching wounds to the little girl that the little girl has.
Right.
So a lot of back and forth about the viability of the connection here, because Mulder's getting it. Scully's like, no, stop, you're crazy, like normal. And that guy's just not having any of it. The special agent in charge. This guy though is a bit of a breakthrough though. This is the tow truck guy who got threatened with a tire iron. Again, that's peculiar.
That's
It's
the other
interesting though
thing.
he reported it. Normally
Yeah.
that kind of thing, unless you know there's something going on, maybe you have no idea. You're just like, oh, why would you report that?
Yeah, that's how you know that this was shot in Canada. If that was America, that guy would have beat him up.
Yep.
Plus, a tow truck driver, there's no way he wouldn't have a gun. You don't go do the without that. You know what I mean? People not wanting to pay, trying to steal.
No, yeah, exactly.
Well, threaten me. Pew pew pew.
Yep.
So now they're all on the way.
They find out about the photographer. Fired.
Did they already find the map? Did they already look at the map?
I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah, they did the triangulation thing.
Oh, okay.
AR2.
Map and they were like he's a
R2.
photographer and that kind of stuff. So they were able to figure it out roughly where he lived. And then that guy said what happened, and he's like, oh, well, this town is where they found. Why do I keep want to call her Judy or whatever?
Lucy, the first girl.
Lucy. Yeah, that's where they found Lucy. So he's like, he has to be in this area. Then they're like, hey, he's a photographer, right? And so they go to the town, and they're like, well, he could be anywhere in here. He could have paid people off not to say anything. Blah blah blah. He'll get a phone call, and they're like, well, he probably has an account at this film store where you can buy film for photography. So they go in and get his name, and that's how they figure out where it's at. And she's got
those are the pictures
cuts
he
on her
took.
face because the other girl has cuts on her face. So anything that
Yes.
happens to the other girl kind of happens to her.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Because I felt bad for this girl But you just didn't, like I said, you didn't have tons of buy-in. It was just kind of sad, but
What fancy effect?
I don't know what R2's talking about. So they're at the house now. And he knew they were coming, so he took off with the kid.
And she's like,
I think
"I'm
Mulder's
cool."
trying to get what's going on out of trying to, get her to connect, do the mind meld thing and connect with the girl.
So she's like, it's cold and wet.
Yes. They're by the river.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, this guy's been in some other X-Files.
Oh, random agent.
Random agent.
David James Lewis is the name of the actor of the young FBI agent. He's the young FBI agent.
For a split second, I thought it was Daniel Jackson
It did. It kind of did
because of the glasses. But then I was like, nah, it's not.
Yeah, they would. He was
Besides,
in-
that actor would have been a little too young at this
Yeah.
point.
But
So he's
Stargate
drowning
was
her.
started by this point.
Unfortunate. It sucks. But Scully, did she already? Okay, here we are.
Somebody,
Someone shot him, right?
yeah. I think it was
Mulder? Mulder.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, there it is, which makes sense. I mean, that's a risky shot because it could have hit the girl.
Yeah, but she's underwater anyway, so
Yeah, right.
you
Yep.
do, you don't. There's going to be questions.
Yeah.
So they pull her out. She's all waterlogged,
Mulder breaks her ribs here.
Mulder breaks her ribs.
I mean, that's always a possibility when you're doing CPR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mulder, stop. She's gone. She's gone.
You impaled her organs with her ribs, Mulder. Stop.
Oh my god.
So they think
Well,
she's dead.
hell.
She died. Oh nope, she's alive.
Blah, 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 blah.
They recovered the dude's body.
His whole body is spoiled.
But yeah, she
Died.
took
Drowned.
on all the water. I don't know if we didn't see that, but yeah, she took on all the water. She drowned.
So yeah, there we go.
Yeah, the
And-
pacing is so bad until the third act. The third act is
Yeah.
almost, I feel, improves the overall episode, but it's still, it's a grind to get there.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But like I said, season 3 and 4 of X-Files, there's an awful lot of this.
Like, yes, I
Actually-
saw my sister and her dying face, and I felt I must do something.
And then that's it. The endings are just kind of, they're like soft endings. And then it's just kind of done. And which really, I mean, echoes the pacing of the episode that was just kind of there. I like the first episode far more than I like the second episode. And that one I still had. I mean, there was issues, but it went though. You weren't bored during the episode. This one, I was on my phone a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
How dare you, Roman?
I know. I feel bad.
Get-
And I pay for
yell at- yell at the
I
young-
bought these seasons.
Yell at us young folks for being on our phones, and here you are.
Oh no, I don't. When it's just, we're just in one of those ruts right now. So we're watching X-Files just because we don't really have a new show to watch right now. So we're rewatching X-Files. And for the every good episode you probably get 3 that are like meh or just absolutely like bad. This one I would throw into the bad category. I don't like I said, I really don't like this episode. There are aspects of it that are interesting, of course, because the whole psychic bond, the kidnapping thing, all that stuff is interesting. Yet they take these interesting elements and they slow it down to a pace that makes them way less interesting. That's my observation of this type of episode, because we can call this not just this episode, this type of episode from this season. But what are you going to do? They had to make 24 episodes. Matt's the Unbearable 73, and if he were here, he'd be like, well, Roman, you got to understand, they had 24 episodes. They had to fill them. That's why the seasons are shorter now. The problem is the seasons are shorter, but you still end up with half the episodes being clunk.
Right,
which is amazing.
They still suck. And they cost
Still.
4 times as much to make 8 episodes than they did to make 25 in a year.
Yes. I mean, like a show like this episode, and even the last episode, really, there's not a lot of budget going into this. These are all locations that are real. You don't have to make anything. There's no weird.
Right. There's no.
You had the special effects from the burn victim stuff. That was really well done.
Yeah. Yep.
But this one, not really. In this last episode, there was like no special effects except for the scratches and stuff, but minimal stuff.
That's just
so
me.
there, that's a cheap episode. That's like a $5,000 episode.
Right. The only way you could make that cheaper is if you do, what do they call it, stuck in an elevator episodes, where it's 2 actors in an elevator. Star Trek would do that when they were tight on money. They'd have like they're crashed in a shuttle and they're trying, they got to not freeze to death or something before they get saved. And then they have like a character moment and they admit to each other about something or whatever, you know what I mean? And have like,
yes, I don't hate your guts
with a trident.
Yes, I've never actually hated your guts, but I do hate your guts.
But yeah, that kind of thing. Or you have like, Quark and Odo stuck somewhere and they got to work together.
I'm just looking ahead here at episodes. There's some good ones coming up.
And you're always happy when you get to those, because they are not as common in these couple of seasons as you wish they would be. What are the next two?
We haven't done
Chung's from Outer Space.
Oh, that one's great. That is a funny
hilarious.
episode. That one is so good. That's a brilliant episode. That's top tier. Top tier.
The next 2 episodes are Nisi and 731. It's alien episodes.
Alien episodes are usually solid here.
Yeah.
They're usually solid. What is this one?
An alien autopsy videotape and Mulder thinks, and sparks Mulder search for a strange creature.
Man, it's funny. I just watched these and I don't remember this one. I probably watched that one before and fell asleep, and my wife kept watching. That could very well be it.
But we have one, Revelations, with Harley Ermy. Recognize it.
And then episode 10 is what is this one? Oh, that's the train one.
Right.
That's the one with the train. That's a good episode. That one's really good. Yeah, so that's two in a row. That's nice. That's nice.
Then there's the one with the roaches.
Oh, that one was creepy, but I think it should have been creepier. It wasn't a terrible episode. It was a weird episode, but it wasn't. Revelations. Yeah, that one was okay. Then the roaches, right? Yeah.
In the roaches one,
That
where
one's-
they have the roach crawl across the screen at one point.
Yes.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That freaks everybody out who's watching. Yeah. Oh, then there's this one was really bad. I don't know how to pronounce it though. SYZYGY. I don't know how to say that, and I don't want to try to do that again. That is another just absolutely awful episode. It's the one where they think there's witches, and it's just really terrible. Oh, anyway, that's a way down the road at least. So,
Yeah.
thank goodness. Okay, yeah, the next couple are good though. When's Jose Chung? Jose Chung's not for a while, though, is it?
No, it's up there. It's good though. That is a really good one.
Jose Chung is that's like I said, that one is
Aliens,
hilarious.
man. Bleeping aliens. That's what it
Oh.
was. Bleeping aliens.
Man, episode 18 is not good. That's their Hispanic diversity episode.
Oh yeah. The Chupacabra.
And then the one right after that is the Chinese diversity episode. And then Jose Chung. Jose Chung comes in at number 20. So I'm looking forward when we get to number 20.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, they lumped a couple of their diversity episodes together, and it's funny. Back in the '90s, when you're watching this, you didn't really think about it at all, and then when you see them now, you're like, oh, I see what you're doing there, and I don't like it.
Hell Money was just Big Trouble in Little China.
Well, yeah, except with organ stealing, but and what's his name is in it though? James Wong. He is the highlight of the episode easily. That's another one of those slower paced episodes, but that's like, I know. There's 24 episodes. They got to fill them somehow, but man, they could have just put a camera on an alien or just a rubber suit of an alien and had Mulder talk to it for 45 minutes. I would have preferred that. Where's my sister? And that would have been fine. That would have been fine.
I don't know what you're talking about. And
But,
in the Chung one, the alien's like sitting there. This is not happening.
This is not happening while he's smoking a cigarette. Yeah, like I said, I'm really looking. That's going to be a good one when we get there. We got a little bit to get through to get to that. There's some good ones in there. There's some not good ones in there, but yeah, when you hit Jose Chung, you've hit gold.
Yeah. Well, guys, any last thoughts?
I like the episodes. I like the one episode because you get to see Jill State in like one of her first roles. So I thought that was interesting. I'm not sure what she went on to do after this, but I know that like one of her bigger roles was, obviously Firefly and then Stargate. She did those, which are both great shows.
Never seen either of those shows.
You should.
I haven't watched Stargate either.
Stargate's really good. I mean, it had a 10-year run. That's how good it is. And it's not like now where they just keep green-lighting crappy shows that go on forever that don't need to get made. That the only reason they're being made is because of the message and, you know what I mean, trying to push
The message.
Right. These shows were on the air for 10 years because they were good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
They were exciting, well done, they had good characters. And, and then Firefly, and it was only 13 episodes before it got
Yeah,
canceled.
one episode and a movie.
Yeah.
Or one
Well,
season, not one episode.
It was a half of a season.
One season.
technically.
Oh, that's true. Back then, that
Yeah,
wasn't
back
half season.
then,
You're right. That
yeah.
wasn't full season.
Yeah. Yep. And but it was a good show. The crew and the cast had a really good chemistry. It was just amazing how that worked.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear about the show till it got canceled. It was like already done by the time I heard about it. But the internet was a little different then. Anyway, so yeah, I these were okay. I wasn't bored watching either of them.
Jewel State was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids TV show.
Oh, never heard of that.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
Got to get your start somewhere. I don't know what she's been doing lately. But she's like in her 40s now, I think. So
Yeah.
that just goes to show.
Man, I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
And
But yeah.
she's also had some plastic surgery done.
Has she?
I don't. It looks like it. I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe.
I feel like
Yeah,
she's
probably.
had nose work.
If you've had a little bit as you age, it's fine. Like, you can get wrinkles, runny eyes and stuff, especially if you're a woman in the industry. You get, you got to do what you can to. But when you're got the big giant fish lips and you look like a cat and it looks all weird and stuff.
Yes.
Realigned your jawbone.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, that's no good. Like, what's her name? She was in Dirty Dancing and Ferris
Boys,
Bueller's
too.
Day Off and stuff. And then
Jennifer Grey.
Yeah, she got a nose job and it
That
destroyed her.
girl from The Boys.
Scarlett? Yeah, that actress.
Yeah.
She looks terrible. Well,
She had her buccal fat removed from her
Yeah,
cheeks,
right.
and it made her look very
Yeah.
unfortunate. She was
and
very
the picture
pretty.
they used for the side by side, I will admit that they took one in bad lighting. They took like the worst picture they could find of her and popped it up there. But it's still, she still looks, nah.
This is interesting. So we just watched a movie called The Substance. It's the Demi Moore movie, which you may or may not have even heard of.
Well,
she was
I've
up for
seen-
Best Actress for it last year.
She was in Land.
It is.
So I've seen.
It
her.
is an interesting and strange movie, but this topic of what we're this specific topic, not the X-Files, but the trying to make yourself Ozempic, all the things that people are doing to themselves in the modern era. But that's what The Substance is, kind of a parody about, like a horror parody. It was a very good movie for the first 2 acts. It's superb. It's weird. It's new. It's fresh, and it's enjoyable to watch. Then they hit that 3rd act, and it's like they brought the Trauma team of writers in from the Toxic Avenger, and that's the last third of the movie. And you're like, what just happened here? That's not the same movie, but it is. So. If you're gonna watch it, it's worth it. It's worth a go. It's on HBO for free right now. But just be warned, when you get to that 3rd act, you're gonna be like, I don't know what's happening, and it gets really, really gross. So anyway,
Yeah, I saw stuff about that. It looked weird.
it was weird. It was weird, but I liked most of it. Like I said, that 3rd act was a bit much to digest.
I recently
literally.
saw that movie Weapons about the little kids
I
going.
love that movie. Did you like it or did you not like it?
I thought the ending was good and but the beginning part where it's kind of like a mystery and I'm like, the teacher lady's kind of a POS. You know what I mean? Like, and but
Wait,
I
doesn't she
like the
play
movie.
the female surfer in Fantastic Four?
no,
Is that the
Yes.
same actress?
I don't think it is.
I think it is.
Oh, that
Is
that lady, because she was in The Americans, that show, The Americans.
She
She
was,
played a youth in that.
Wasn't she? She was.
She's an
also
odd-looking
in,
girl.
She was also in some kind of what's the one with where they're like laundering money for the mob in the Ozarks for like the
Isn't that Ozark?
was that it? She's in that. That's the first time I ever
With
saw.
with what's his name? The actor who's he's in all, like 9,000 different things.
Yeah.
Whose name I cannot remember to save my life. Jason Bateman.
Yeah, Jason
Yes.
Bateman. Yes, that was.
Thank you. Sorry, it took a minute
that's
to get there,
the first
folks.
time I ever saw her. Then she was in something else. She was like in another movie then they wanted to put her in everything, right? And yeah, she just, I don't know. Not a bad actress or whatever, but
I thought she did. Like I said, I liked Weapons a lot. I thought it was the thing that got the comedy in it. I thought was gold. Every time that deputy was in a scene, it was hilarious.
yeah,
Do you have something in your pocket that's going to poke me? Nope. Ha! Thwomp! It's just so funny.
yeah. But when like the ant showed up, that was when I
Ugh. That
and-
broad was creepy.
Well, I wish they would have explained a little bit more about how she got her powers and what she was doing or whatever. But yeah, I thought it was because isn't that the same actress that was in like Streets of Fire, like that 80s?
Oh, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
Except she definitely didn't do any plastic surgery. She just aged. You know what I mean? Like
She's just old.
she was in like Manchester by the Sea and some other movies or something.
I watch a lot of British mysteries. I've been watching a series called Blue Lights. It's about Irish police officers in what is it? Dublin. I can't remember what area they're in. They're in where the IRA and everything was really bad and stuff.
Oh, that would have been Northern Ireland, no?
Yeah,
Back in the days.
Yeah.
yeah. This is set in nowadays times.
Right.
Oh, really?
It's
Okay.
Yeah, it's
modern.
really good,
Okay,
though.
so it's all like
But there's still, that tension there
right.
between the,
Yeah.
Oh, there's different tension there now.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say,
Right, that's fun.
yeah, a lot of leering
Steering
centers
from modern topics.
popping up over there. One of the shows that I watched that I guess is British was Slow Horses. It was pretty decent. So that was a decent show. It's about like kind of like spies, but they're like the bottom of the barrel spies.
Yeah, they are the F-ups.
Right. Yeah. But Gary Oldman is amazing in that.
Gary Oldman is good in everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's one of those actors, except for, unfortunately,
Don't say it.
The Fifth Element,
Don't say-
which
oh, you
is
said it.
an
You said it.
unredeemable part for any actor to play. But
he was great in that. He had the little baby elephant,
Love that.
rainbow elephant.
I hate that
Roman
thing so
secretly
much.
has that critter.
I do not have that.
That thing was real. How much money you'd make selling those things?
That's true. That's true. So do you think they're going to do any modern adaptations of older episodes of the X-Files in the new series X-Files?
On the new series, I don't have any interest in seeing that show at all.
I'm not going to watch an episode of the new series. I can say that
Yeah.
safely right now.
Not
So
unless
I apologize.
Do they,
to
do they
all,
even
comes
have
out
actors
and then
for
somebody
that show
says
yet?
it's very amazing. Because
No, I think it's still developed. I mean, they just did the casting, so who knows what's going to
Black
happen
Mulder,
with.
Asian Scully.
they need to do
I'm-
an X-Files show where everything is a conspiracy, but because it's modern day, it all turns out that every single one is true.
It's true.
Yo.
They're just like, we weren't censoring Twitter ever at all.
Ever.
They were in fact censoring Twitter.
They were.
That's what I'm saying. Just the difference between a conspiracy and fact is wait 6 months.
Yep.
right.
Yep,
They
yep,
need to get that guy from the Alien show, though. I'm not saying it's aliens,
Aliens, but it's
but it's
aliens.
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 They need to have him host it.
Yes.
So
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, where he needs to be. Who are those guys that they go to?
Lone
to help?
gunman. He needs to be
And
one
then
of
he
the lone
did-
gunmen.
well, oh yeah, he could be
I'm not saying it's aliens.
the
but
new lone gunman.
It's aliens.
Yeah.
It's aliens, guys. It's always aliens.
Who were the guys? What do they call them? The geeky weirdo dudes that would they?
No,
would
the
go-
lone
The
gunman.
lone gunman.
Yeah, the lone.
Yeah,
gunman.
Frohickey and
Yeah.
Byers and
Right.
who's the
Yeah,
other
you
one?
get a whole new cast.
Not Langley. Langley's the other one.
Put that guy in there, and then a couple of other people, and
A couple other weirdos.
Black.
and
Put Jack Black in there. That's Frohickey.
yeah, you could totally redo that.
Uh,
Although now, everything would be like an AI or something.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's AI, but
Yeah,
It's AI.
It's AI.
It's either aliens or AI. Pick your
See,
your
we just
poison.
made the new X-Files better than it's going to be, which is really...
Yup.
You don't know. You haven't seen it yet.
exactly.
I think I
Well,
have. I've
10
seen it
years-
1,000 times by now.
10 plus years of the same pattern recognition, same thing happening. The
Yeah, I
same
don't need to-
words
yep.
that they use in an article. You can already
Modern
tell
audience.
it's made for
No.
yeah. It's gonna be diverse and
Not made
yeah.
for you.
misunderstood monsters, you know.
Yeah.
You already know what
Bad guys
You have to
always gonna be
understand the
like,
neighborhood he grew up in. They ate children all the time. That's just what they did.
yeah. What was that, Travis?
Oh, the bad guy's always going to be a white male.
Yep.
No,
exactly.
that's it.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just they're like, well, how do you know it's going to be? Well, I don't know. I've seen it 50 times.
Right?
I've watched you destroy everything for 10 years, just one after the other after the other.
Well,
You think
And,
maybe
and
this
then
time
they
will-
see the trailer and they're like, "Yep, it is. You
Yep.
haven't seen it yet."
Yeah. Exactly. So I don't know. Every once in a while, I get surprised by something pops out. Usually, if it's something that I don't even know is going to be there, like Landman.
Yeah.
I had no idea that show was coming, and then boom, there it is. So it's one of the better shows. At least season 1 was. Season 2 was all right, but season 1 was better.
I've heard it was a good show. I don't have access to it, so I can't comment on it. But I've heard from like my friends who like similar things that it's a good show.
Yeah, it's not afraid to pull any punches on like the whole eco thing, and
Yeah,
it tells it like it is. Basically, it's not So maybe you want a different world. All this stuff that everyone says, invent a replicator then, and everything, all your dreams will come true. You want to live in a...
I can. Well, I wish they would invent a replicator. That would be nice.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you want to live
Chicken soup.
in a socialist utopia, that's the only way it's going to really happen.
So I've seen Daredevil. I'm watching Daredevil, Born Again season 2. It's not good. It's not good. It's very slow. There's been about 4 to 5 minutes of action over the course of the last 3 episodes, which is unfortunate. The cast is good, but the material they're working with is not.
The Netflix series that they did of Iron Fist was miscast, but the show was okay. Of Daredevil, of what's her name?
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones and
Punisher.
and all that. Those were good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those were good.
Yeah.
I love Luke Cage, but these Daredevil Born Again season 1 was it was off-putting because they had 2 different writing teams and it didn't mesh well together. This is one writing team doing this, and I go back to pacing. You can make a superhero series boring, you're not doing it right. And it's unfortunate. That's been lame. Invincible season 4, I think we're on right now, has been awesome. I have been enjoying that so much. That's like the thing I look forward to every week right now, because I don't have a lot of other stuff I'm watching, except for X-Files every night with Mrs. of the Empire. I dream about Mulder and Skinner. It's nightmarish. It's like, is Skinner sitting down at the end of the bed watching me? Why is he watching me? Why does he look disappointed in me? Did I disappoint Skinner again? All of that stuff. I feel like I should be watching something else, but I don't know what that something else is. My mind travels in strange directions these days, so who knows?
Well, you better hurry up and watch Star Trek Academy, because it's not going to be around much longer.
I hope they're going to hide
Why
that
would he
like they
subject
did.
himself to that sort of torture? It's like
I haven't made you guys watch anything. I haven't made you guys watch anything terrible since, what was it, like Secret Invasion? That's the last awful thing I made you guys watch. Well, not the movies. The movies were kind of by accident. That one we with Secret Invasion we knew we were getting into.
That Secret Invasion TV show is better than the Star Trek Academy. Like, you'd rather
the better bad thing.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at X-Files.
I'd rather see Amelia Clark's
the new
skull arm.
X-Files series. They've cast 2 people, but it's not the main 2 people. It's the diverse cast that will be with the new people.
I'm not if they're trying to like make it like new, it's in a different universe, however they handle it. I'm okay if it's got different actors and whatever. I don't want it to be preachy and everyone is a victim of something.
You're the bad guy because you are white, Christian, and male. You are immediately the enemy.
This is the same gentleman who did the Sinners movie, right?
Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's long if they just make them FBI agents and they go do stuff, right? And it's not everything isn't a commentary on like politics, it's because X-Files was never that. You know what I mean?
No.
X-Files talks about aliens. Don't put politics in X-Files. Don't give politics to my aliens.
The only like quasi political thing is that there was the shadow government,
Right.
Rings, which okay, fine, but you know what I mean. I don't need to hear like every episode how tough it was growing up and how many obstacles they had to overcome or something to get to be an FBI agent. Look, you're an FBI agent. I'll take that at face value. There are certain things that you can do to make a character competent just by saying they're an FBI agent, they were prior military, they used to be a cop. Put that label on them, and then you can have them run around and do all kinds of stuff because it's got a built-in competency with just that title.
Their sister was kidnapped by a racist alien.
They had pointy heads, and it was a very strange.
They said they come from France.
One of my biggest problems with the remake or reboot or whatever it is the same problem I have with essentially with every single one of these things. They don't have the creative energy to come along and make something new. It is always a rehash, a reboot, a retelling of something that was done better before.
They make it up as they go. They don't.
None of these have been better.
Stuff. They just do it.
They don't care about what came previously. They tend to take a dump all over it. And right. Objectively, we have seen this, and like you said, Shieldwall, we've seen this 50 times already. I don't need to watch something that I've already seen destroyed 50 times. You're just doing it to another IP now. You haven't seen it. You don't know. I have seen it. I just haven't seen this specific one.
It's been done like 15 other times, just with a different coat of paint.
I don't need to walk on hot asphalt with no shoes on in the summertime more than once.
I don't need to
or
stick
twice
my feet
to
in
figure out that
200-degree bathtub.
It's like it's like when you go to Florida. It's like you see water. There's going to be an alligator in there. It's just kind of a fact of life. You see water, there's going to be an alligator in there. So
Bull shark.
Yep. Like you see something that's for the modern audience, assume it's trash.
Yes, when I hear those words, it bothers me.
You see that rainbow shark fin come above the water, you're like, oh, here we go.
Yep. You see those little beady eyes come up above the water, you're like, oh, yes, I see you.
Eyes.
So, sorry, new X-Files.
I want to hear the words fun, exciting, interesting, those kinds of things.
Right.
Well, you want to hear them talk about the show, not what it represents, or how they bring something to an underrepresented group of whatever. This is quite honestly this is what Millie Alcock is doing to Supergirl. She's doing that to Supergirl. She's giving it the treatment already. That's never good. And we've seen that many times before as well. When the actress or actor goes ahead of the movie coming out. They don't talk about the movie. They talk about some off-putting topic, this about, women, Hollywood owning the women's body or whatever, some stupid thing. But it taints the pool. because no one's thinking about that before, but now that's what you're thinking about. You're thinking about, okay, this is what she's thinking about. So now,
so she's Game of Thrones pretty, but she's not Supergirl pretty.
Actually, I don't think she's pretty at all. I think she looks like Chaka from Land of the Lost, is what I think she looks like, without the hair.
But when I said Game of Thrones, you know what I mean. Like, but so she fits in that world. But the first thing you do when you're casting Supergirl is you get a Power Girl costume and you put it on them and see how it looks. If they look good in Power Girl, they're gonna look good in Supergirl. What's her name? The one from the CW show. I thought she looked good enough to be in it.
Yeah.
Like she was an amazing Supergirl. I mean, the CW, of course, had horrible writing, but as far as an actress, she was a great actress.
Just like Grant Gustin or whatever his name is should have been the Flash. Should have just took him and made him the Flash in the damn movie and not what's his name.
Mm-hmm.
The weirdo.
Yeah, he was already a good Flash in the TV show. Granted, the show fell off hard after a while, but up to a point, Green Arrow, Flash, and even a couple of episodes of Supergirl were good.
I think it's mostly with the CW, those particular CW shows, it was the writing. I think the actors and actresses did really great for the parts that they were given, for the most part.
Even when they brought in an actual Superman instead of just showing boots or not having him around, that guy was decent looking.
I agree. I think they should have just allowed those CW actors and actresses to reprise their role into the new DC.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Give them an actual spotlight instead of the trash that is CW.
Right. Because you could have...
And oddly enough, the trash that is DC now.
Yeah. Because Grant Gustin's Barry Allen was good. Mm-hmm. He fit the character. He played it right. It was...
What was the weirdo's name? Shield. I don't remember the weirdo's name. The little skinny, odd fella.
Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller. Thank you.
Oh, you're talking about the actor. I was trying to think of the show. I was like, Ubod Thrawn or whatever his name was.
Sorry, we wandered a bit. I mean, it's kind of all the same topic, though. What's going to happen to X-Files and what's happening in other entertainment. It is hard to find the gold out there. My wife saw Project Hail Mary. She loved it. She thought it was a great movie. I've heard nothing but the good things about that. I'm going to have to see when it comes out.
What's his name? Is on a spaceship with some of the rock monsters.
So Ryan Gosling, who is well known that I'm not a big fan of, is on the spaceship. The sun is dying. There is a system where the sun's not dying, so they're trying to figure out what's going on. They send him on this mission. He meets a little rock friend. Everybody loves it. I've not heard one bad thing about this movie, so that's exciting.
The guy that wrote The Martian, right?
Yes, Andy Weir.
Yeah, and
which we just watched. I just watched that movie for the first time. I thought it was great, even with Matt Damon.
Oh yeah, it was a great movie.
Yeah.
Really, I can't think of anything bad to say about it.
On his own mission from his planet to find out why the sun's working.
And it's all practical effects. The little rock guy is actually a puppet, which is amazing in the CGI world that they actually. So I am excited about it. One, because it's something new. Yes, it's aliens. So it's an adaptation of a novel, but that's okay because they haven't done it before. In Andy Weir, man, he's had, 2 big books and he's had 2 giant, successful movies now. You gotta like that. And he said Star Trek sucks now, which is also good. And he got in trouble for that, and he had to issue an apology because apparently it made people upset. He spoke the truth. So I like Andy Weir.
Well, like I said, that Martian movie, I have not. Maybe the only bad thing I have to say about it is why they had to use a bomb to blow the hatch off to make the ship move. But other than that, that was it. Really, the rest of it was fine.
On that note, let's go around the chat. Go around and say what we got coming up. Roman, what do you got?
All right. Well, again, thank you for having me back for X-Files, Jacob. I'm so happy I was able to be here this week. It's always exciting when I'm actually able to show up. So I appreciate that. Even though that last episode, Jacob, why, Jacob, why?
I don't know.
I know. So this week coming up on Roman of the Empire, my good friend and partner on our channel, Shieldwall will be hosting this week, and it's going to be a free range pop culture topics. And I've been assembling my list. And oh man, Hollywood, why? And then next week we are having we're going to be looking at the Octagon. And we're going to have Emperor Goodwin is going to be our guest next week. So this week, free range, always a good time. And then next week, the Octagon over at Roman of the Empire, Thursdays at 5 Pacific Standard. So thanks, Jacob.
Yep. Shieldwall,
Well, obviously on Thursday, I'll be on Roman's channel. We'll be doing a free range. And then I'll be here next week when we're doing whatever we're doing next week on this channel at 5 Pacific Standard Time. What are we doing?
Stagecoach.
Stagecoach. Oh, awesome. Back to the oldies. Unless we're doing I think there's a remake of that.
No, it's the John Wayne.
It's the John Wayne. Okay, good. All right, that's what I'll be doing. And thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. Always good to have. Yeah, good to have Roman when he's available. Travis, what do you? got?
So I've stopped posting my shorts, and it's because I can't bring myself to voice how I feel about Stargate Universe right now. I'm about 5-6 episodes in, and it's a struggle. It's
Definitely
such
a different tone.
yeah. I
It's
keep
hard to
getting
get a handle on.
Yeah. I'm like, is this Battlestar Galactica? No, this is Stargate Universe, and the type of humor that's displayed in it. There's some eye candy in there, so that's kind of keeping my interest. But yeah, that's definitely a struggle. And yeah, Roman Invincible season 4 has been so fun, so good.
Man, the intestines.
But that's it. That's all I got.
Mando.
Yeah, pretty much same old, same old. You'll see me on mostly other people's channels. This Sunday, we're getting back to the Pathfinder with the Skull and Shackles campaign. We're pirates, and last week my character went into jail. Art reflecting life and all of that good stuff. But I mean, we're pirates, so it had to happen eventually. So yeah, and crazy stuff's on the horizon for that campaign. We kidnapped somebody because that's what you do in in these types of games. We're pirates. So yeah, just keep an eye out, social medias and all that good stuff.
Alrighty, cool. Yep, and that's right for me, Stagecoach, 1939. Wow, that's a good one.
Wow.
So yeah, and keep in mind this June 16th, Babylon 5. We start a new journey.
Babylon 5 is so good.
Are we doing that straight through, or is it selected episodes?
No, we're doing that through. Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
At least the first season.
First season, yeah.
Yeah. But
You got to get to the Shadow War, though, man.
Yeah, that's like 2 seasons in.
That's my favorite part is the Shadow War.
Yeah, that'll be 2 years.
Well, maybe we can do the 1 season, and then we can do like we did with Deep Space Nine, and just do the Shadow War.
Yeah, maybe. There are some really good episodes in between them. But anyway, keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, baby.
So,
Yeah.
that's right. Alrighty. Thanks to the people in the chat for hanging. Had Nas was in there. Nosferatu the vampire.
I always like to see Nos.
Lieutenant Gratonia was in there. Racer. Zax was here for a little bit. So yeah, thanks guys. And oh yeah, R2 was here too. But,
And R2.
Thanks to the panel for discussing these episodes. It was fun, and I hope everybody has a good week. And we will see y'all here next week. Have a good one, everybody.
Juice.
Adios.
All I can say, McKay, is you take a hell of a long time to say goodbye.
Well, so long. So long.
See you around, Burton.
Never can tell.
Good boy.
Happy trails, Hans.
Goodbye.
Good boy.
Goodbye, bro.
Goodbye, Arab.
Goodbye, Northman.